Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. A very tired DM here, welcoming you readers to yet another episode of our shambolic adventures. Why am I so tired? Well, because I've just returned from the grand gathering of the Hilltop, where we all met up for a few days. We played games that we don't normally play. We played some Blade Runner, which I thought was a great success. Those of you familiar with the Free League Y2K engine, it's a sort of tweak on that, but a successful one I thought. The adventure structure is very interesting. The case files, you get one in the starter set. They're very well supported with handout materials. We used a digital screen instead of a battle mat because that seemed to be a bit more in keeping with the feel of things. And we kind of got ourselves properly immersed in it for about 24 hours. I mean, you know, with some sleep, obviously. Then we did some D&D, some Eberron D&D. At each of these gatherings, Dan picks up the next chapter from a series of organised play scenarios that he's got. Very enjoyable. A sort of Wild West feel in a one-horse town called Salvation out in the Mournlands, trying to protect this artifact that we have discovered from a group of raiders who turned up by train. That was really good fun. And then finally we went into Pathfinder 2. Graham, who is a lethal DM, ran some more Abomination Vaults. We managed to work our way through characters like they were going out of fashion. There were some catastrophic encounters. I don't think there's another way to describe them. And it was just a mess from start to finish, which basically just means I love the game even more. Just think Pathfinder 2, it's got its hooks into me now. I don't think we changed Worms over, but it would be a serious candidate for the next thing that I run, whatever that might be. Will that make it onto a podcast or just be a home game? I don't know. As always, I implore you to rate and review us on your podcast app of choice, be that Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever it might be. Don't forget that we're on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but as I understand it, we appear there. And a reminder to subscribe if you get the opportunity. And of course, we always like to hear from you through social media at Billowing Hilltop on Twix, at Billowing Hilltop pretty much everywhere else. hello@billowinghilltop.com is our email address if you're old. Send something in, tell us about your home game, tell us about your grand gathering if you ever get the chance to have one, or any questions or whatever, and we'll stuff it into Paul's capacious sack for later retrieval. That's it. I've got no other news or information, but that was a lot of news or information. So let us push on with episode 192 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Return of the MC. We're going to try something now. We're going to try something. Can you hear this?
Just about.
My Pixels dice is connected to my Roll20.
You rolled a 19 and a 3.
Oh, cool.
I still haven't got one. Has anyone else
I
received
haven't got one. No, I haven't got mine.
No, not got one.
So it works. The only problem is that when you pick it up, right, it just rolls loads of numbers.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
I'm holding it now. I haven't rolled it.
Oh, that's a slight flaw.
That's an 8, though. Yeah, there you go.
Did you actually roll that, or did you just say, no, I'm still holding it? So you just basically, I'm still holding it, still holding it. Oh,
You just
20.
shake it.
Yeah, just rolled it.
Oh, that sounds
precisely.
like my sort of dice.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. We're here with Paul. We've got Paul is
It's been patched.
hopeless, isn't it? He's been patched. He's been repowered. He is with us. We've also got Aslan. We've got
But for how long? How long is that sticky tape going to hold?
probably not very long. But we need
Which
to get that.
batteries did you use?
I took one out of the remote.
Oops.
And we have Dr. Usaber, Spider Lucas. You got any spider facts, Spider Lucas? No, he's not even deigning to speak to us.
He's so overwhelmed with his spider knowledge.
We have easing himself into his specially adapted high chair. We have got Johnny.
Yeah.
And of course, we also have the Niels that appeals. The Bjorn that gives me the yawn. I'm sorry. Hot Viking Graham, Olaf Hotperson. Should we do a recap? How is everybody? Maybe I should start with some pleasantries.
Sorry, can I just say, apparently I'm not even here.
Oh,
I didn't
I said
call-
Aslan.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I didn't even hear that.
As your mane is getting into your ears again. Right. Recap.
We find dragons.
Paul, they're in a city.
Yeah.
You're in the city of Kongan Thulnir.
I was here for the episode when you did nothing but introduce us to it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, now you've been introduced to it, and in fact have explored it. We rolled the dice to see who was controlling Scaly, and it was always Lucas every time.
Fabulous.
So anything that has happened to Scaly since you handed him over is Lucas's fault.
Yes.
Okay.
you teleported across this vast chasm over to a rooftop in the southern portion of the city we're calling the Palace District or the Royal District. And you started exploring this bomb site of a barracks. You found a little bit of intelligence. Scaly found a note that he can't read. It looks like a quick note written from one giant to another. Have I got this right, that Parker found some kind of document store, library, admin, and discovered that there were 2 outfits or groups or whatever of giants.
Factions.
Well, there is certainly one called the Tiamikal Nul Shada, and you infer from what you read that they are an order of giants or a faction of giants or whatever, a group that are associated with something called the Citadel of the Weeping Dragons. You've made a guess that the bastion or fortress or whatever it is that sits at the end of a long stone causeway that juts out from the cliff edge could be that citadel. Certainly evident on the outer ramparts of it are fire giants who are currently engaged in a battle with a huge, gargantuan in fact, ancient green dragon. You can see this battle taking place from where you are. You can't see each other. Nobody knows what's happened to Uncle Buggy. Parker and Scaly have found each other back on the rooftop where you first arrived. Burple and Sessions were hiding in a ruined watchtower and have also found each other where we left things last week. Stepping out of nowhere, you heard a familiar voice saying basically, see, what do you see? And stepping out of nowhere came, of all people, Talabir. What? He is garbed in adventuring gear, piecemeal armor, helm. He's got some kind of instrument on his back, loot or something, doesn't matter. And he's got weapons and, that kind of clobber. He's equipped to adventure.
So, Talabir, you're a bit of a dark horse. Explain.
It turns out I am a secret agent. Mike was unaware of this. Turns out that Mike didn't read sufficiently far ahead in the adventure. And I have a role to play that could make this voice rather grating. I work for the stone giant Thane, Colvant Granite Bones.
I'm sorry, what?
Sent me out into the Colvant Granite Bones. I was tasked to learn about the Age of Worms. My master, Granite Bones, experienced a vision that led him to fear for the safety of Kongan-Tholnir, the city you find around you. He can obviously see you.
Yeah. So what level are you?
Spin them. No, that's a concept that I cannot engage with. My master saw a vision, made him worry about the Age of Worms. Yes, the new Age of Worms. It's the answer to all your apocalyptic needs.
So you know why we're here then?
Available in eye-catching green. New Age of Worms puts the ooh in Doomsday. I don't know about you, but Armageddon
Stop
mine
it.
straight away.
Oh, God.
Stop it
Please
now.
make
You've
it stop. Please
How
make
much
it
have you
stop.
prepared? Sitting in front of the telly, working out puns. How many? Go on.
Quite a few more.
Quite a few more. Oh, the voice is going to drive me mad. I started in Frostanger, where I learned of the Ebon Triad. That led me to Evenstar, Rachnian, and the Arena, and of course, yourselves.
Way.
I followed Rachnian to Frostanger, where the trail went cold, only for my reputation to get me appointed into the service of Prince Zeech, where once again I met yourselves. My master has foreseen the attack on this city by the forces of Dragonkind. His tribe were once tasked with the protection of the Citadel of the Weeping Dragon.
Which is that thing over there, yeah?
Which is that thing over there.
And is that where we would find the phylactery?
That is beyond my competence to understand or know.
Oh, okay.
My master's tribe once guarded the citadel and the vault within, but years ago he lost the favour of the king of the Rift Lords, Akame Silvereye, and the tribe was banished from Kongan-Tholnir and replaced by the order of the Tiamikal Nul Shada.
Oh, are these the groupings that I just found out about
So
in the
who are
library?
the Rift Lords?
The Rift Lords are the main tribe that occupies and rules this
Why are
city.
they called Rift Lords?
Because this is the Rift.
This is a rift.
I'm keeping up.
Yeah.
I'm keeping up.
Do I need
Don't
to
worry.
draw you a picture. Stop asking questions, so I have to keep using the voice.
I'm trying to stop you using the voice because it's beginning to get really annoying.
I know. But, he says, the king of the Rift Lords, Silver Eye, is dying.
No.
The giants of Kongan Thulnir are divided, concerned about the succession. My master has sent me here to gather intelligence and help protect the citadel. Perhaps with yourselves. That's enough. That's enough of him.
Scalier Tool hands in the letter. It says, can you read this?
Can he? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Well done, Paul.
That question wins you 10 points.
And a go on the wheel.
Can we get rid of this guy?
Yes, I can read the note.
What does
He
it
taps it on his
say?
little rostrum. Let's play Read That Language. It's a letter that's from
America.
a giant to another giant. It just says, Dear Thrug, whatever. I don't believe the Rift Lords took the key. I think it was Chalgar and the Rift Crawlers.
Right.
Key to what, we wonder?
Key to the vault.
Key to the vault.
Key to the
Yeah.
black
That
tree.
I may be able to help you with, says
carry on.
Talabir. The vault in the Citadel of the Weeping Dragons is secured with 2 keys, formerly under the custodianship of
You
the
have one?
Tiamakal Nul Shadar. This letter tells me that one may have gone missing.
Where's the other one?
You have reached the edge of my knowledge. Normally both are held by the Guardians of the Citadel.
Sorry, who are the Guardians of the Citadel? I'm not sure if I'm asking really stupid
The
questions. or whether-
Tiamakal Nul Shadar.
I'm
Who's that?
completely lost already anyway. You'll have to explain this to us at every
I'll
turn
do it in
anyway.
English. I'll do it in English. He tells you that he's working for a stone giant Thane.
Yeah, got that
called-
bit.
Right. That stone giant tribe was responsible for guarding the Citadel.
Right.
They lost the favour of the king of the Rift Lords, who are the giant group that run the city,
Right.
and they were exiled, banished. And the custodianship of the Citadel fell to an order of giants called the Tiamakal Nul Shadar. You learnt this last week. That's kind of it. Talabir has just told you that the vault that Citadel guards is accessed with 2 keys, but this letter seems to imply that one of them has been stolen, and not only that the prevailing understanding of who stole it is potentially incorrect. It says, I don't think the key was stolen by the Rift Lords. I think it was stolen by Chalgar and the Rift Crawlers, but there's no
Who are
context
the
to that.
Rift Crawlers? We'll ask.
I am not aware of any such group.
Okay, so what would you recommend that we do? You're here to defend
Hide,
the Citadel.
he says. We're still in initiative.
Oh, okay.
He is going to hunker down towards the floor of this tower to take a bit of cover. And on 21, about to have a
Do
round
Scaly and Parker hear this?
I
mean, his voice
yes.
carries quite a way.
I would say you recognise the voice for starters. And you can hear enough to understand that there's some kind of conversation going on. Could it really be him? You're not really sure. On 21, it's Scaly O'Toole. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea what to do.
Go over there.
Go over towards where...
You have to go over there to retrospectively justify the fact that he's read the letter that you've got.
Yeah, okay, well, let's plonk him over there.
It's a plot device to bring us all together again.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're currently invisible, Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we make ourselves invisible, or did it just happen?
I did.
Dan did.
I made us invisible.
So that we can
We'll
be
have to just
sneaky.
kind of
The Green
wait
Dragon
for
can see
existence.
us. The giants.
The
we don't
existence of
think
that
can.
letter.
Okay. Is there any cover here?
Yes, you could
Well,
take
sorry.
cover in. Well, you're invisible. It's like
Yeah.
a crumbling watchtower that's taken a lot of damage.
I think going to hunker down, take cover. But the ultimate plan is to get across to the Citadel, isn't it?
Well, we don't.
Well-
no, we don't have an ultimate plan yet. That's the problem.
Talabir is there, and you can hand him the letter that he then, in the past,
Has already told us.
deciphered. Yeah,
Had a
I'm not sure
premonition
how it worked
about.
out. Hey, well, whatever.
That's me then.
Excellent.
It's all figured out. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, it's a dragon. The dragon is flying north, having strafed the tower. It... Oh, bloody hell. Okay, yeah. Okay. Its head whips round, and it starts heading for the tower.
The one that we're in.
Yes.
Oh,
Of course, it's got perception like a fucking legendary creature.
I mean, like, ridiculous, one would say. I don't know that it's certain what it's dealing with, though, even though it's kind of super intelligent. So it's going to buzz the tower, as, Americans do in films. So it swoops past, takes quite a while, like this sort of wall of green scales runs past. Its baleful gaze scans where you are. So I'm going to make a high check for Talabir, which is going to have to be quite... Oh, it's a 19. That's just a fantastic stealth roll. The dragon does not spot Talabir but you do get the sense as it rushes past the tower that it clocks that there are people in there. And then it's swooped on, and it's heading out back over the abyss. On 17, it's Sessions.
Oh. What are we doing?
Free action asks Talabir, should we reveal ourselves to the giants on the citadel and attack the dragon?
That's a good question. I should really keep my voice down. I'll put on the voice I use. Right at the end of the jackpot question, I'm trying to reassure the competitors. The giants on the citadel have no reason to trust either I or you. If we could somehow communicate that we are on their side, potentially we could ally against the creature, but I would be very cautious about approaching them.
But I'm saying attack the dragon, which might indicate that we're on the same side.
My understanding is that the giants of the citadel are under an enchantment and regard every stranger who approaches the citadel as a potential threat.
Right. So no, in other words.
They are not impossible to persuade.
Well, let's let them deal with the dragon then.
I would just say that one would exercise extreme caution.
Over to you, Graham.
Well, I don't know what to do.
Was you around?
I know.
Not my round, I was trying to help.
Yeah, I know. Could regroup in the building, run into the other building.
Free action
was
to ask
thinking-
Talabir if there's another way in.
To the citadel?
Hmm.
No. I have never visited it myself.
Okay.
One could enter from one of the roof terraces, one of the towers, or through the main gates.
Okay.
Yeah, don't know what to do. I sense the dragon will probably return.
I think we need to get a plan together. We've been
Yeah.
quite good at getting some plans together recently. I'd like to keep it going.
Well, we want to get into the citadel, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Parker is not in the building with us. Talabir is in the tower, is he?
Yeah, but I'll be over there on my round, right? Scaly came
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, you're on 14, Parker.
How high up are we in this watchtower?
On the ground.
Oh, you're not. You're on ground level.
We're on ground
You're on
level.
How many
Yeah.
levels are there?
Oh, let's say 3. There's a sort of...
Spiral
There's a ladder,
staircase going
which
up.
is not in great nick, that would climb
Ladders.
you up through a hole in the ceiling above you into the next level. I'm going to roll d6. On a 1 to 3, the ladder looks solid enough to get you up to that level above you, and you trust the look of the ceiling above you as serving as a floor. On a 4 to 6, you think it looks too damaged. It looks too damaged.
Okay. Just to allow Graham a bit more time to think. Can this walkway
Well, I don't know. I
across-
can't really cast spells because then they come invisible,
Mhm.
even though it can see us, but being invisible might be useful later.
This causeway across to the citadel, is it in any way covered, or is it just an open stone
No, it's just an
causeway?
open
No,
stone.
it's an open... Think Mines of Moria.
Okay.
There's a giant arch, something we didn't pick up in the recap, that leads to it, which has got inscriptions in giant around it that you think refer to worms, but you couldn't be certain whether or not that meant worms in the sense of age of, or worms in the sense of dragons, because giants, there's a double
Yeah.
meaning in giantish.
And you're a dragon kin. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'm quite low on spells because I've done these, the teleport over here and the invisibility.
Yeah.
I do have another 8th level, so potentially a teleport. But when we get there, I'm down to 5th.
It's a long
and below.
way across the
Yeah. It's
thing in one
130.
go.
130.
Yeah.
Across that, and then it's kind of going for 200.
Why don't we regroup back where we were, where we started?
Where Parker is.
Yeah. And then we can basically
I've just come all the way
we
over
can think
from
about teleporting over to the citadel.
Okay.
It's just
there. Okay.
I'll lie back to where Parker is.
I'd like to get to
Okay.
the citadel and hide when we're there, and take a long rest ideally to get my spells back. So because Buggy's already over there.
We think.
But how do we know that the Citadel is a place where we can take a long rest?
We don't.
We don't. That's the problem. What's your speed, Graham?
50. So I can do 100 in a go. Can't get all the way there.
But
I think even at the shortest point, I can't get across in a go. And we think it sees invisible, yeah?
yes, it does. Mike, does it look like there is a spot from where we are? Can we see anywhere on the citadel where we might be able to teleport and hide effectively from both giants and dragons?
Yeah, I'm with you. So you would be... Well, you... Does everybody become visible if you
Yeah.
cast a spell? Everybody.
No, I don't. Only if I stop concentrating on the invisibility. So only I would come visible when I cast the teleport. Everyone else would stay invisible.
What you really need is somewhere where you can actually hide.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's...
Is there
Okay.
is there somewhere which is like out of the way that has a door that if we can get through the door we'd be hidden away in a place that gets little traffic, that kind of thing.
Let's have a look at the Citadel overview picture that we were looking at last week. You recall
The handout, yeah.
So
Oh, that's quite nice.
the problem is you can only teleport to places you can see, right?
Yeah.
Or no. If you could get a sight of the roof of one of those towers, then you've got a possibility. Don't take the map, by the way, that we're working off too literally. Work off this picture that I'm showing you now. They match up pretty much, but they're not exactly in tune with each other.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of open roofs.
Yeah, but that's
Of
exposed to the
towers.
dragon. That's the problem.
Right. Well, from where you're standing, you can only surmise their existence, and you can't see any detail. Like, is there a way in from those roofs inside that you could use to hide? So, with an aerial recce, you might be able to learn a bit more.
Those towers have crenellations, right, which implies that they are defensively accessible.
Yeah. Looks like you've got a couple of candidate towers that, from where you're standing, look like they have flat roofs. They've certainly got battlements. Whether or not there's a way in from the roofs of those towers, you can't see from where you are. That's really what I'm saying.
The other thing to think about is
That door.
if we could make our way across the.
Well, there's a giant set of double doors that lead straight into the rock wall. Look at your handout.
Yeah, but that doesn't look particularly attractive. But there is the other door on the level above
Yes.
that we probably couldn't see from where we are.
Probably couldn't see it from where you are. There's also a door that serves the mini little bastion that the other fire giant is in.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
I think our best bet is to let the dragon and the giants fight each other.
And see what
yeah.
happens for a while.
So if we just leave the tower where we are, head back into the main bit of the building, hopefully the dragon won't know where we are, and we can let them kind of fight it out. Or the dragon may piss off.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sessions, you're flying
Yeah. Low.
over the rooftops back to where you all originally started.
Yeah.
You don't know that Parker's there, but you're heading over to...
Inside.
Where we
Oh,
first
heading
started.
inside. Okay, so you've
Yeah.
teleported onto a rooftop. So instead of going to where you all started,
inside.
you're going to go into
Out
the
of sight,
building
where we
and
were
take
rummaged.
shelter out
Yeah.
of sight. Fine. Also on 17, it's the giants. Presume that one or two of you can see what the giants are doing. The giants look like they are preparing themselves for another pass by the dragon. On 14, if it is a real Parker, it is Parker. You're by yourself on a rooftop.
So is Sessions not like picking me up on the way?
Okay, so we're just going to desert trolley this. Sessions, you fly back to the roof, not inside. Find Parker through a whispered conversation, grab him and fly him into the building.
Yeah. That sounds
what you
like
did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did that instead. Fine. Parker, you're with Sessions in the building, hunkered down. What do you want to do?
Well, so what is our plan? So now we're going to wait for everybody else to come back to the building and then see if the dragon leaves us alone.
Not if it gets fixated on the giants.
Yeah.
When we decide how best to get across.
Okay, so I do nothing, right?
Okay, you do nothing. On 12, it's Uncle Buggy. Johnny, do you want to join me in the broom cupboard, or do you want to do
Yeah.
your turn out in the open in the
Broom cupboard.
broom cupboard? Okay, in we go. Okay, you're at these giant double doors. Do you want a quick reminder of what they look like?
The stone double doors, are they? Yes, please. Yeah.
Giant stone double doors, the 20-foot high, set into the natural rock wall at the base of the citadel. They bear bas-relief carvings of dragons falling from the sky, slain by great arrows and rocks, and broken dragon bodies lying in heaps on the ground below. Faintly visible above all are 5 dragon heads representing each of the chromatic species. Looking on in anguish, the stone of the doors is damp with rivulets of water weeping down its surface. That is it.
Right. So I'm sort of hunkered in a little niche, almost, a rock.
Your mini is up by the door, but I'm not sure that we didn't agree that you are actually tucked away to the right of the door, where the wall
Yes.
meets a kind of niche in the
Yeah.
rock,
Yeah.
and that you were tucked in there hiding.
Yeah.
So what would you want to do?
Right, is there any obvious movement on the top of the battlements or behind the door or anything around
Well,
here?
and you can hear obvious movement from... You know that there's a giant to your south
Yeah.
on a parapet that overlooks where you are.
Yeah.
And you know that there are 2 giants back the way you came, and you can hear them all shouting warlike things and organising boulders.
But nothing obvious other than that.
No,
Okay,
nothing
so
obvious
I'm
other
going
than
to
that.
move up to the doors, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to do a stone shape You touch a stone object of medium or smaller,
Yeah.
no more than 5
Yeah.
feet dimensions.
Give me an Arcana check,
Okay.
please.
9.
Okay.
Do they look magical? Do they look magically sealed at all?
Do they look magical? They don't look normal. They've got carvings all over them. For some reason, it seems to be that there's some weird kind of water something running down the front of them.
Maybe I should do the stone shape in the wall next to it. 5 foot thick
Okay.
wall. The walls might be more than 5 foot thick. In which case I'll just have to do another one. With the bit of wall next to me, in this little niche bit, I'm going to stone shape a 5 foot deep hole in the wall.
As you prepare to do that, can you give me an Arcana check?
18. Sorry, 18.
You think there's some kind of enchantment on the rock itself. You're just preparing to summon the energy of Arisi Bearclaw, and you just take a moment, a pause, and you think, hold up, there's something funny going on here. There's something about this rock. I don't know that my spell is going to work. You don't need to cross it off.
Okay, well I am a dwarf. I mean, I suppose it
No,
helps.
you're
with the
a
start,
hobbit.
but- Okay,
Well,
well I guess that's
you're- no,
my
you're a-
round.
You've got the belt of the Dwarven Watsits.
Yeah, does it look climbable, the wall? Or the rock?
Yeah, the rock looks climbable. It's not
Difficult?
impossible. I thought it was relatively challenging. It's on an angle. It's on an incline. It's not a sheer cliff.
Okay, I think that's my go, isn't it? I assessed the situation and I
You've had a look about.
had a look about. I'll just tuck myself back into that niche and have another think
Niche.
next round. There's no sign
Right.
of the dragon round.
Not where you are,
Right.
no. You can hear wing beats,
Okay.
but you can't see it from where you're tucked away.
Still invisible, aren't I?
When you're sizing up the doors, when you skulk from your niche, yes, you could see the dragon. It's closer to the cave than it is to the citadel now. It looked like it was heading in a kind of loop. It doesn't seem to pay any attention to you.
Okay.
Okay, let's head back to the main thing.
Paul, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's just
It was weird.
Yeah.
Totally weird.
On 8, it's Burple.
Well, Burple is going to move stealthily into the building away from the tower.
Following the plan. On 21, it's Scaly O'Toole.
okay. I think we had a little chat. The idea being that
Actually, the last thing that happens is that Talabir
Yeah, what are you planning to do, Talabir?
looks at you, Scaly.
yeah.
He puts a finger to his lips, and then he disappears.
Oh, great.
Give me a perception check.
Scaly's brilliant at these. He gets a 5.
He just vanished. You can't hear any sound of movement. There's no trace of him.
Okay,
He's just gone.
great.
What do you want to do?
Right. I think we were kind of discussing and agreeing that maybe we're just going to let the giants have a go at the dragon for a bit. I just don't fancy taking on a dragon. I just think it's a ridiculous concept. I gather we've searched the building where all the other guys are in. So what
Aren't
I'd
you a
like
kind
to...
of green dragon, Scaly?
I'm a dragonborn, yes. I kind of want to stay away from the giants anyway, to be honest with you, just in case they kind of look at me and go, oh, small dragon, oh, splat. The Blue Roof building, which is to the southeast of where we are, I
Fully
would
sealed
like
up and boarded up.
to... Oh,
Yeah, it's
With
buttoned
giants in
up
it.
like whatever. It looks like individuals within it have almost hermetically sealed it with stonework and whatever.
okay, all right. In which case, to the south, there's a tower.
There are definitely giants in that tower. Multiple giants.
Okay,
It's intact. At a certain point, while the others were hiding out in the tower you're in now, they saw a hill giant come out through the door at the base of the tower, see the dragon flying out in the void, and immediately dart back inside and close the door again.
okay. So the building to the north, where everybody else is, gonna make a
It's just
beeline
a
for that.
ruin, yeah.
And I
Okay.
where I am now,
Yes.
I imagine there must be a door not that far away
Yes,
from me.
that's
just
right. This map is a
north.
sort of impressionistic map.
Okay.
Don't take it too literally. You can get access to the lower floors. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to peg it over and just be in the lower floor.
Fine. Also on 21, it's the dragon. The dragon loops round over the causeway and back to the tower that you were in, and it lands on the cave floor next to the arch near the tower
Mm-hmm.
that you were on. And like a cat that's looking for a mouse in the skirting board, it looks like it's looking for
Us.
the morsels that it detected in the tower.
Right. Foraging.
On 17 sessions.
Right, guys, what are we doing?
Are we going to take this dragon on?
I'm presuming you're now all together, holed up in a relatively intact interior part of this barracks. How are you communicating with each other?
Super perception.
With super perception.
We're still invisible. We're deep.
We're all still invisible. Yeah. I'm just interested
This
to know
dragon,
how you're communicating.
in terms of
with each other.
size-wise, this dragon might find it difficult to get into the building.
Yes. Maybe all of it might struggle to squeeze through every bit, but you don't know how safe you...
We're mouthing words to each other and using our patented,
Writing notes and dropping them on the floor.
We're going to say you're invisible, so the mouthing words and using the patented signals is not going to work.
Why don't we just whisper to each other? And we can stand towards the rear of the building.
I suspect we're in for a bit of a discussion about what you do next.
Hand
The
signals.
background to sessions is round.
hand signals, like in June.
So,
Don't
You're
spoil the
invisible.
story.
Dan.
Another spoiler.
Let's
in
go
the
and
first
stand
one.
towards the rear of the building.
Yeah, what do we want to do? Very quietly.
We're discussing it.
Very quietly.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Very quietly.
Are we going to take this dragon on?
Dimension door across.
Have we found a place to dimension door across to?
It's got dimension door. Some of us might be invisible.
Hold on a sec, I need to fart.
It's going to roll a perception check for the dragon. Oh, it's got a very keen sense of smell.
Of smell.
Yeah. No sign of Talabir, mercifully.
Could all gang up the dragon and fight it. I think you've got to be mad. There's no way we can take this dragon on.
He seemed to have lost Parker and Burp.
No, stay here.
Shh. I don't think we can take the dragon on without Buggy. The little smelly one.
He disappeared.
What?
Ran away.
Little smelly, stupid, cowardly one. Oi.
Oh, him.
Oh yeah, him.
Let's teleport away.
We could go and look for the other key, or we could fight the dragon, or we could teleport a dimension door onto the rock.
Let's wait to see what the giants do with the dragon.
I think
Well,
the dragon's
nothing.
now hunting us.
Yeah.
I think they're not
I
going
do
to
too.
chase it.
Yeah, they're just defending against it getting into the citadel. They're not interested in it being after us
Okay.
in the city.
Our options, therefore, are to try and look for the other key, is to take the dragon on, or to try to get to the citadel. And getting to the citadel could mean either, well, teleporting or running across the causeway. If we go kind of one at a time, spaced out,
Going
The dragon
across the
can probably-
causeway doesn't seem like an option
not an ideal option.
because we get attacked by both the giants and the dragon.
Yeah.
So we either kind of wait it out and see if the dragon, how persistently the dragon comes after us,
Okay,
or we
we could just
teleport,
hunker down.
or we just teleport across,
If we were to teleport across, I reckon the one giant on his own is the best bet.
or the roof,
Yeah.
the roof of one of the towers. It's my last teleport.
Good dimension
There's
door.
no
Have you not got
escape
dimension
after
door?
that. Nope, I
Oh.
don't have dimension door.
How many people can get in my bag of holding?
Why would I want to do that?
I can only take one person with a dimension door.
Have you got a dimension door?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I thought you had as well.
No, I dropped it in favour of something else.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We could just wait a couple of rounds, and let them tick over, and see what happens with the dragon. And then, if nothing changes, we can then teleport across.
With the teleport, we need to be touching, I think.
It's alright.
Oh, up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range. Okay, so we don't need to be touching.
Yeah, but they need to be able to see them.
Can't see
So we
us.
can't be invisible.
There is
Yeah,
that.
if he stops concentrating.
Yeah, it'd be nice to teleport over there still invisible, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but
Well, at
that
least
ain't gonna-
most of you with that. I wouldn't, but...
What we could do is you guys could teleport, and I could run across the causeway as a distraction. Quite funny.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, give you guys a bit more of a chance of getting across unseen.
I think if we teleport, we'll be
I
unseen.
don't think we need to worry about the giants
we remain-
attacking us if we're attacking the dragon. I think
Yeah,
the
we do.
giants, they're not...
Well,
I don't
I
think.
think the
Yeah, I
giants,
think
well,
so.
maybe
So
after
close.
The giants are
we
just
suddenly
defending-
appear and start
no, the
attacking.
giants are defending the citadel against anyone.
Right, but if we're attacking the dragon as well, then they're not going to start attacking us, are they? That would just be stupid.
There you
I
are.
think they are.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the broom cupboard with Johnny and pick up with what Buggy is doing, and I'll make a presumption that the four of you are hunkered down in this chamber, working out a plan of action, just to keep
Okay.
things moving both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I can get through this thing or over the wall. I can't.
Through the door.
Yeah, I've been looking at my character sheet. I can't think of anything. How high is the wall? I mean, let's go try and climb over.
The wall is quite high.
But I mean 70 feet.
Are about 17 feet up. The ones to the left, the ones to the right. The main wall, the curtain wall, which is sitting proud on the top of the rock, above the double doors that lead straight into the rock, that's at least 25 feet above you.
Would it be one climb check? Is a climb half your movement? It seems a bit odd.
Climb
Got
is
boots of speed that I'm allowed to climb faster.
using the athletics skill to climb.
Okay, well I've got plus 11 on athletics. Each foot of movement costs 1 extra feet,
Yeah, so you move at half speed.
35 feet, so I can do it in one.
Yeah,
At the DM's option, climbing a slippery vertical slope or one with a few handholds requires successful strength athletics check.
the surface with ledges to hold on and to stand on, such as a very rough wall or a ship's rigging, is 10. I think this is more difficult than that. I'm going to say it's a DC 15 climb check. What is your move? 7 squares,
70.
35 feet.
Yeah.
So you can move 140 feet in a single turn. So you just climb very quickly. You're like, okay.
Okay.
Do you want to try and
Well,
climb up to that over the rampart into the
yeah,
courtyard
just
area?
after
Yes.
that little niche thing that I'm in. Okay, here it is.
Okay, let's do it.
14.
A 14.
I'll use an urt. Can I use an urt?
Yes, you can use an Ort dice, of course. All that means is that you fail to climb. It doesn't mean you fall. Obviously, you've got another turn of movement.
Well, I'll
I think.
do another climb then, shall I?
You can use the dash action instead of
Yeah.
taking an action
Okay.
and use it to climb.
I'll
Give it a
have
go.
without the urt.
This should be funny. Here we go.
21.
That's enough. Okay, you make it. You climb up. You're in a courtyard that you can see on the map here.
Yeah.
With the one with the red roofed building in it. I'm going to say that you've got enough movement left to hunker down on the inside of the battlements and hide.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's a raised courtyard. About
Oh,
the
I see.
battlements are 7 foot high, so you're about 18 to 20 feet off the ground
Okay.
in a paved courtyard. I'm going to give you a very quick description.
Yeah.
And then when we come back to you next time, we can go into things in more detail. Basically, you're in an enclosed area of like roof or courtyard. Behind you, you've got crenellations. To your south, you've got crenellations. To your right, you've got what looks like a building, a roofed building that's like the northern part of the area you're in, although a section of that northern part, it looks like a lower wall that you might be able to climb over. Straight in front of you, you've got the main wall of the keep rearing up in front of you. To your left, there's a block that juts out towards you, and there is a door set into that block. But the main feature, dominating the middle of this section you've climbed into, is what I would describe as a pillbox. It's a low, roofed little structure. It's got a couple of arrow slits. They are pointing in your direction. I think that's pretty much where we are. Let's go back.
Okay. Yes.
Let's
You have to
remember,
see invisibility.
I don't have any. I'm not ranged at all. I've got to go up and do toe-to-toe me, but you know.
Right. What do you want to do? Sessions?
We're still discussing our stratagem.
Any plans? Okay. As you continue to discuss things, the dragon sticks its head through a gap in the wall into the tower. It looks like it's pretty much certain that there should be something there. It seems to then
Phew.
look a little bit nonplussed, but then eventually it starts clambering its way up the ruined staircase that runs down the front of the building by the tower and down into the section of cave floor between the tower and the building that you're in, and it's sniffing the ground. That's what it's doing while you're discussing stuff.
Okay,
Okay, so we're going to have to do something soon.
fight or flight.
I think we go across.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah.
We are collecting. In fact, can I see everybody?
Stamps?
We just
No,
hold
No,
hands.
you're all
we're all
invisible.
invisible.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm saying gather
As a free action.
as a free action. Whispering, gather in the middle.
We gather.
Sessions, you gather.
Yeah.
Parker, you gather. Yep. Buggy, we've
And I'll
dealt
say,
with.
and I'll say, sessions ready. Ready. Yeah, you can ready. You'd cast the spell, but yeah, that doesn't matter, does it?
No, because the second spell is concentration on both of us.
Yes, but once you ready the spell, you've cast it.
So I do it.
Oh, have you cast it?
And you come visible. Well, the spell is discharged.
But no, but you can hold it
The
for.
slot is expended, yeah?
But you haven't cast it. There's no limit on how long you can hold it for.
when you ready a spell, you cast it as normal but hold its energy.
Yeah, so you haven't actually
Which
cast
you
it.
release with your reaction when the trigger occurs. To be ready to spell must have a casting time of an action. Holding onto the spell's magic requires concentration. If your concentration is broken, the spell dissipates without taking effect.
Okay, so it would... I think what we would do, Dan, is arrive and then cast immediately.
Yeah. Okay, but you can't because you're not ready. But anyway, it doesn't really matter actually because it doesn't have an action before we can do something. Or maybe it does. Maybe it has a legendary action.
If we roll into the next turn, Burple's the last person in the turn.
Yeah.
You're doing what?
Teleporting.
With everybody?
Yeah.
So you're dropping the concentration on the invisibility spell so you can see everybody?
No.
Oh, you just need to be able to touch everybody?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
Okay, well let's just...
Okay, I'm going to read you the
let's
spell.
just check
Mike.
that
I'm going
very
to read
quickly.
you the spell. This spell instantly transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range.
Right, so you need to be able to see them. So you drop the concentration on the invisibility spell,
Yeah.
and then so that you can see
Not
everybody,
even
and then you
close.
cast,
Sorry.
and then you cast teleport.
Or
Okay.
I cast see invisibility, and then next
Is that not
round,
concentration?
not concentration. No.
It's not concentration, but it still drops your invisibility.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I will do that.
So the last thing that happens in this turn is that Burple drops his invisibility.
Casts see invisibility so I can see everyone, and then Burple moves quietly further away from the dragon and beckons everybody to follow him.
Has he got a verbal component, see invisibility?
If it does, I might change my plan. Hang on. You're such a
I think the best plan
It's what, just to do it.
is to drop the invisibility, cast the teleport, and move everyone somewhere else. Then we can re-invisibilize if we need to.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yes.
In which case, I would not do that because it has got a verbal component. You're such a... Anyway, so I would drop the concentration
Oh. Yes.
and I will cast teleport and I will move
Yes.
us to the top
To-
of the tower, the tallest tower of the citadel.
Right. You've seen it from about 1,600 yards away. I don't think there's any doubt that you can specify the tower that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the spell is so merciless that at that point you're in any really serious trouble. But just in case you're in any kind of trouble, which would be amusing, I think we can all agree on that, we ought to just look and see what happens.
So it would be seen casually.
Seen casually would be the nicest way I would put it.
I think very familiar. I'm very familiar with it. I was studying it
I
when
think
we were on top of
You did
the,
your master's degree in it.
I did, yeah.
I think viewed once is closer than seen casually.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And there's an element of it which is description. I think it's a real stretch to say that you're holding in your mind somewhere that you've seen and you can identify as a clear place in your mind. I think in the way that you described it to me now, we're teleporting to the top of the tallest tower in the citadel.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen that tower. I mean, it's not like you're just saying that as a sort of generality. You've seen that tower.
Yeah.
It's how familiar you are with the roof.
Yeah,
We're not going to
seen
overdo it.
occasionally.
I
Yeah.
think that we're going to roll a dice. Oh, the numbers are quite tight, aren't they?
Shut up. Yes, no, seen
The
casually.
numbers are really quite tight between seen casually and viewed once. Well, I never. We should roll we're going to roll a d6. We always roll a d6.
Do we?
In these instances.
Why?
We do.
Why can't we just
On a
assume
one
that
to
I've seen it casually? I have seen
On
it
a
casually.
1 to 3.
I was...
1 to 3, it's seen casually. 4 to 6,
Yeah.
it is
Oh,
treated
I
as
think 1
viewed
to
once
4
or
I've
description.
seen it casually. 1 to 5 I've seen it casually. This could be quite bad because it's quite a fall. If we get it wrong.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but we know
Brilliant.
what's going to happen, don't we? It always happens.
We'll all see what happens.
Go on.
Here we go.
God.
We've never had to do that. We haven't had to do this in
Forever.
It's extremely pleasing. It is a 2. It's seen casually.
See, told you.
Okay.
Never in doubt.
That's never in doubt.
Except this
now what you must do is you must now roll a percentile. Let's play teleport.
All right. So D100.
54 to 100 is on target. 44
Yeah.
to 53 is off target. I'm not reading what these things mean. 34 to 43
All right.
is similar area, which makes it sound not good.
Well,
And then-
similar area could be a different roof.
Well, we'll get to that. And mishap is 01 to 33. Okay,
Oh dear.
here we go.
Oh God.
I don't like them.
Okay.
Here we go. It's a 2. Okay, hold on. I just want to. Ort dice is a D20, right?
Yes. All dice are on D20 rolls, and you add a D10.
Okay. And luck.
Look.
And that doesn't really work, does it? Because it's only on a D20 roll.
What does an O2 get you?
Dead, probably.
Oh dear, the end of the
mishap.
party.
Possibly.
4 years,
Possibly.
Okay.
apart from me. What magic
I
you
mean,
got?
even if it had been even most charitably, even very familiar, that would have been a mishap.
Okay. What's a mishap?
Mishap. The spell's unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature or the target object takes 3d10 force damage,
Force damage.
and the GM re-rolls on the table to see where you wind up.
Okay.
Not the end of the
Not
world.
too
Multiple mishaps can
the
occur,
end
dealing
of
damage
the world.
each time.
First of all of you take the following force damage. Oh, well, that's a lousy roll. Wow, 6 points of force damage. It's hopeless.
God for that.
And it says
That's what I'm
each.
talking about.
I could roll separately. Anyway, and now I roll on the table.
That was a rubbish roll.
No, I'm not going to do that. I now roll on the table. What will I get? Where will you go?
Oh,
Where
no,
will you
don't
end up?
do that
Will it be
now.
another mishap? Will
Oh,
Shit.
Will it be what they call a similar area? Reading the text, it just says it has to be
Just
visually or
delighting in this, aren't
thematically. It says visually or thematically similar to the target area. If you are heading to your home laboratory, for example, you might wind up in another wizard's laboratory. Well,
Brilliant.
we'll find out where you end up when I roll the dice.
Back by the lizard folk.
Pick things up next week.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Lovely.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Kings of the Rift and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. Kings of the Rift was written by Greg A. Vaughan. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.